Ready. Play.
Quick refresh on my top 10. Number 10, Andre Rublev. Number 9, Tommy Paul. Number 8, Francis Tiafoe. Number 7, Ben Shelton. Number 6, Taylor Fritz. Number 5, Daniel Medvedev. Number 4, Alexander Zverev. Number 3, Novak Djokovic. Number 2, Yannick Sinner. And number 1, Carlos Alcaraz. Do let me know your thoughts on my power rankings. Get in those comments below. And tell me whether you agree or disagree. If you enjoy...
Number 11, Marta Kostic. Number 10, Paula Badosa. Number 9, Barbora Krejcikova. Number 8, Jasmine Paolini. Number 7, Elena Rybakina. Number 6, Danielle Collins. Number 5, Zhongqing Wen. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Jessica Pegula. Number 2, Iga Swiatek. And number 1, for the first time in my power rankings history, Aryna Sabalenka.
One in English. The draw for the French Open was made today. You're going to be playing Kalinskaya.
Oh. I just said I don't want to know.
Should we leave that, Vinny? If that was your only question,
I mean, just...
Here we are for this very special encounter at the Bonn Open between Jeffrey Cano against Damir the Demon Jumur. He's very much demonized thus far, showing a bit of frustration after losing the first set. Anyway, the Frenchman to serve 15-30. Bit of pressure on that Frenchman's shoulders, like a couple of baguettes weighing over him. Needs to take some time. No hurry, he says, at 15-30. He's up a set, 2-all here. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go there down the middle, and that is a shank. One that even Stefanos Tsitsipas would be proud of. Get that towel, mop your brow. Return to the baseline where you'll know it's 30-all. Screeches from the other courts. But they don't put this young Frenchman off. Look at him. Prowling, brushing, questioning. Maybe they do put him off. He needs to be focused. It's 30-all, 2-all, tens times here at the Bonn Open. Goes out wide with that, comes into the net, does the volley. Does he put it away? No, he doesn't. But he puts that one away, and his opponent, the demon, Damir Jumur, just cannot believe what has happened to him. I'll tell you what's happened. You've been flummoxed, and you've lost the point. We would take another look at it if we had a replay, but we don't. But who knows? You don't even need a replay. It's in our heads. Okay. The Frenchman to serve. I say you're going out wide. You don't. You go down the tee. Clip the net, though. So he's going to get another shot at it. Is he going to take my advice and go out wide on this one? Did so successfully on that last time for a serve and volley, even though he'd messed up the volley. Goes down the tee again. Does come into the net. Does a little drop shot, and you know what? Jumur is like, I can't even be bothered to run that down. And he's going to clean that line. Look at this. He's cleaning the line because he's so annoyed with some funny bounces.
Ready. Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca Jorge, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Well, hello one and all, and welcome back to the world's largest tennis court and to first round coverage at the US Open. We are ready to go for a first round encounter between Novak Djokovic, the Golden Goat, against Radu Albot, 34-year-old, ranked outside the top 130 in the world, and if you can possibly believe it, a 37-year-old taking on a 34-year-old, and it's their first all-time meeting. But we are ready to go. Glad to have you with us, and we're not wasting much time at all getting started here as both players take to the court. Djokovic going after, of course, still slam number 25 and takes aim at what would be a fifth title here in New York. Radu Albot is the opponent tonight. Talk about him as the night goes on. He will be the first to serve, this 34-year-old from Moldova. We'll get us started here tonight with the roof closed on Arthur Ashe. Serves to the backhand of Djokovic, but it's a let. And away we go on what has already been a very intriguing primetime session here on Ashe as Djokovic makes the return on the Albot serve. Up the line goes Djokovic off the let court. Albot sets up a backhander. Big hitting from Albot here early. Good approach shot to get him to the net, and he's able to flick away a volley winner. Good start. That's the way it gets started for Radu Albot, ranked 138th in the world. Was 5 years ago where he was about 100 spots higher than that, his career best at 39. Here he is serving, body serve. Djokovic is able to flare the return long with the backhand, and it's 30-love. He was a third rounder here 7 years ago, was Albot. From the near end, toss up and serve down. It's a let. And is this the biggest moment of his career? Again, it's been a lengthy career at age 34. It's been around for a while, but to be on this court against this player is quite the moment. Good serve there. Body serve to Djokovic, who could only bunt the return wide, and it's 40-love, so a solid start here for Albot. These two probably been warming up quite a bit. They watched the first set between Sloane Stephens and Clara Burrell. They thought they would have been out a long time ago, as here's the serve to the backhand of Djokovic, which is into the net, so that's a hold it love for Albot to start. Good start for him. He went to the third round here, as I mentioned, in 2017, where he lost in 4 sets to Sam Querrey. Querrey went on a run that year to the quarterfinals. It was a year where he lost to eventual finalist Kevin Anderson, as you might remember. So obviously he has quite the challenge tonight, Radu Albot, playing Novak Djokovic for the first time. And now Djokovic to serve with it. Raining outside, so again, the roof closed inside this enormous stadium, cavernous at the beginning of the night, when Sloane Stephens and Clara Burrell first came out, as Djokovic serves for the first time into the net. The Olympic gold medalist, how sweet that must sound to him. He's been able to bask in it for a couple of weeks, and now jumps back into play here in New York. Serves out wide. Albot makes a stinging return. Forehand up the line. Albot defends it back. Djokovic throws his body into a backhand. Defensive shot comes back shy of the net from Albot. Djokovic gets his first point. Delighted to have you with us. Please, please, please leave comments in the chat section as we want to have fun tonight. We're going to bring you a tennis match. And we're also going to have some fun tonight. At least we certainly hope to, as Djokovic serves too deep. And again, if you've been around for when I've been on here in the past, you know it takes me a while to get all of my screens up. I'm not used to having so many screens, don't you know? I'm normally a radio person. Serve up the tee. Djokovic fires down his first ace, and it's 30 love. 110 miles an hour on the ace from Djokovic, the number 2 seed, of course. Serves out wide this time, misses. Saying hi to Ashley here. Doing well here, certainly hope you are. Djokovic serves. Albot makes the return deep. Djokovic a backhand steered up the middle. Backpedaling, Albot lets it go. It's long, and it's 30-15. So, of course, you know well by now, Djokovic has not won a singles title this year outside, of course, of Olympic gold. And it would certainly be quite the story if he came off that long-awaited gold medal and then came to New York and won the U.S. Open, as Albot blocks the return back to get into a rally, and then Djokovic hits a very good forehand winner into the deuce court, 40-15. He's been in 10 finals here, Djokovic has, but he's lost 6 of those 10 finals, as it were. Third most all-time wins on this Arthur Ashe Stadium with 77. Sliced return back by Albot into a rally, and they're really unleashing shots here in the early going, and Albot backhands one into the net, so it's a hold for Djokovic to start. And it's 1 game all. How far will Djokovic go in this year's U.S. Open? Is the poll question down here. Let's see. I think he might just win the thing. And I would not have said that pre-Olympics, I don't think. As Albot serves up the tee, slice back by Djokovic, off forehand from Albot. Djokovic on the run, cross-court the backhand. Albot goes up the middle, slice backhand again from Djokovic, picked up the line by Albot. Djokovic gets to it, but plays it long. That's what I'm going to vote, runner-up or winner. Surely he's got to get number 25 at some point. Been waiting quite a while to get 25, which just does seem like a magical number. Albot serving here, missed the first serve. Here he is on the second serve. Djokovic steps in, and he drives a backhand up the middle but long, and it's 30 love here. So Albot's had a good start, has yet to drop a point on serve. Djokovic in a feeling out process here. As Albot serves, it's a let. Does feel like, and I can bring up some score lines here to maybe back this up. It does feel like Djokovic has struggled, if you want to call it that, in first-round matches and slams here lately, and maybe even early round matches. Here's a serve by Albot out wide, and Djokovic rockets it well out. It's 40 love, so Albot, who held at love in his first service game, will try once again here. Serves out wide, misses. Here's the second serve. Djokovic steps into it, and he puts it up the line and wide on the backhand. So back-to-back holds at love for Radu Albot to start his night serving. And they'll change sides here at 2-1. So, just underway. Glad to have you with us. Prime time here in New York. Night session started a couple of hours ago, as you, of course, know, and what a wild, weird match that was. Sloane Stephens won the first set in, about 20 minutes, and then looked like she was going to run away from Clara Burrell before poor Sloane just fell off a cliff, and Burrell ended up ousting her, the former champion. 7 years ago, Sloane Stephens won this title, which, when I read that earlier today, just staggering to think that it's been 7 years ago since she made that unbelievable run here and beat Madison Keys in the final. Obviously, it has been a tough stretch for Sloane, including tonight. Sport and Politics here with us. Hi. Glad to have you with us. Might meet Shelton in the fourth round, Zverev in the semis. Yeah, it's certainly a tough road, and you still have to go back and think about that injury suffered at the French Open. Now, obviously, he rebounded from that quickly, made a Wimbledon final, and then won the Olympic gold medal. But if it's in the back of our minds, is it in the back of his mind? Suppose we'll find out. But no, it's not going to be an easy road. And none of the slams and none of the tournaments moving forward is going to be an easy road for Novak at this age and at this point of his career. But as we know, he is so wildly different than just about anyone else we've ever seen, especially at this point of his life and career. As here he is serving at 1-2. Missed the serve out wide to Radu Albot, the 34-year-old from Moldova. Second serve is there. Albot loads up a backhand return. Up the middle deep went Djokovic. Deep with the backhand Albot. Cross court for Djokovic. Steered back up the middle by Albot. Picked up by Djokovic with the forehand. Forehand from Albot goes long. So Djokovic, again, in that feeling out process here in the early minutes of this one. Just 10 minutes home. No break points for either player yet. In fact, Djokovic has yet to win a point on the Albot serve. As here's Djokovic at the far end. Serving up the tee and misses. It's a double fault there from Novak. So 15-all. Four-time champion. Serves straight up the middle here and aces up the tee. 30-15. Again, this is the first meeting between the two, as I mentioned earlier, which is, again, just very surprising. As Djokovic serves up the tee, blocked back and long by Albot. They call that a let. There's been some... no, okay, they did not. There's been some funky camera angles tonight, so do forgive me. Djokovic serves up the tee. It's another ace, and he holds easily for 2 games all. Very good start. Serving start for both players. As we strike 10 o'clock in New York and on the East Coast. As Albot at the near end. Ball toss up, serve down up the tee. Blocked back by Djokovic. It's long. And still, Djokovic has not won a point on the Albot serve. I don't know if it's important as much as it is just a bit strange. Serve out wide Albot. Djokovic guides that return and up the line Albot. Big forehand there from Djokovic. He'll get a point right here as he hit a huge forehand up the line that Albot couldn't reverse back to get to it. 15-all. Toss up from Albot, serve down out wide. Djokovic stretches out a return cross court, and Albot gets to it, but then rifles it long, and now it's 15-30. So just like that, Djokovic has gone from not being able to do anything, returning the Albot serve, to now has half a look at a break here, perhaps, at 15-30 on this opening night at the U.S. Open. Albot serves up the tee. Djokovic gets it back. Backpedaling to hit it off forehand. Albot driven down the line of the backhand. Djokovic into the net. Goes Albot there, and Djokovic will have the first 2 break points of the match right here at 15-40. So Albot was strolling right along, and now faces some pressure right here at 15-40, 2-all, first set. Toss-up serve down, right to the forehand of Djokovic. Stepping into a forehand, but putting it into the net is Albot. So Djokovic gets the break kind of out of nowhere. Gets the opening break, and at the change of ends here, it's Djokovic with a 3-2 lead as he's the first to break serve. So Djokovic moves in front. So yeah, we mentioned the run, the draw that he got here. Djokovic certainly is not going to be the easiest run to a title here, obviously. Again, very well could get Ben Shelton in the 4th round. Shelton, very impressive earlier today as he seen off Dominic Thiem in straight sets in under 2 hours. Of course, Thiem having his Grand Slam career come to a close there. Interestingly enough, right below Shelton and Thiem on the draw was Luca Nardi, who created that enormous upset earlier this year on a hard court against Djokovic, but lost in 3 tight sets to Roberto Bautista Agut, 7-5, and then in 2 tiebreaks. Very easily could have been straight sets the other way. Also in that section, you've got Tiafoe, semi-finalist here a couple of years ago, in action now against another American. They're in a 4th set. Tiafoe up 2-1. I say in an American because there have been conflicting reports on how his name is pronounced. As Djokovic serves up a break 3-2. I have heard for just about any time that I've heard his name, I've heard Alexander Kovacevic. Then earlier today, I hear Kovacevic. Djokovic serves. Albot can't put the return back in play. And when I heard Kovacevic, I almost lost my mind. I don't know. Maybe that is how you say his name. I just can't say I've ever heard it pronounced that way. Nonetheless, we might all know what his name is if he can come back against Tiafoe here. Djokovic serves into the net. He's from New York, is the player in which we speak, Alexander. Djokovic serves. Backhand reply by Albot is sharp, and the backhand cross-court is into the net from Djokovic, 15-all. Tiafoe seeded 20th. As I mentioned, semifinalist here just a couple of years ago. Could be him or Shelton. And Novak will see in that 4th round. Djokovic serves in the net. And yes, Popyrin in the 3rd round, perhaps. Second serve is kicked in with time on the backhand. Albot up the middle. Djokovic, and Albot swings that forehand wide. And it's 30-15. They're on serve in that 4th set too, is Tiafoe and I will say Kovacevic, because that's the way I've heard it most of the time. Djokovic serves. Goes too deep. Second serve coming up here. Up the tee he goes. Albot slaps the return off the let cord. Djokovic picked it up, went deep with it. Albot keeps in the rally here, but then goes long on the forehand wing. And it's 40-15. So Novak trying to consolidate the early break here, middle stages of the first set. The near end, wearing a light blue shirt, serves up the tee. Just misses. Light blue shirt, dark blue shorts against the U.S. Open blue court. Serves out wide, and that one slides and kicks wide, so that's Novak's second double. Keeps this game alive at 40-30. Once again, he'll try to consolidate the break. Serves up the tee. This time gets it done easily. 121 miles an hour on the serve. Albot could only block the return into the net. 4-2 for Djokovic. Miles is in the chat with us. Hello. Glad to have everyone with us tonight as Novak Djokovic starts his assault at a 5th U.S. Open title and 25th Grand Slam title. As Albot serves, Djokovic pumps the return up the middle. Big forehand from Albot. He's been going big here off the start. Djokovic with the backhand, cranking that forehand wide, however, is Albot. And again, certainly vote in that poll. Where do you think Djokovic, how far do you think Djokovic is going to go in this U.S. Open? Here's Albot serving love 15. Terrific serve out wide. Djokovic able to twirl it back off forehand. Albot wants to come to the net. Does. Hits a volley, a testing one. Djokovic up with a lob. Albot goes airborne to hit an overhead that he misfires on and goes long. And it's love 30. So, okay, very, very good. So, Kovacevic, that's brand new. That's news to me. Now, I have to say, I haven't watched every single one of his matches, but I had only heard Kovacevic, so I want to get it right, as Djokovic has just bombed a backhand return wide. So I'm always looking to get the pronunciation right. So Kovacevic is how we should be saying young Alexander's name. Very good. Serve here by Albot up the tee. Misses at 15-30. 2-4 down in this first set as the player ranked 138th in the world. Did that catch a line? Ooh. Now Novak was looking straight across the court at the Hawkeye screen, and he's still trying to figure out where on the line it caught, but apparently it did. I don't think you're going to win an argument with Hawkeye. 30-all. Albot serves. Goes too deep right there. Second serve is also missed. So Albot doubles, and it will give Djokovic another break point here to try to take full control of this opening set. Point here for 5-2. As Albot serves out wide, does miss. Second serve is to the Djokovic backhand. Good angle on it. Albot got back to it, forehand at the line. Djokovic scooped on back by Albot. Djokovic at the net. Albot tries to pass him. Djokovic with a tough volley. Albot's there, though, to pick it up, and he sharpens away at the forehand and puts it up the middle for a winner, and it's deuce. It's a tough volley there from Djokovic. It was dipping down on him. Controlled it nicely, but Albot able to drive it past for a winner. So it's deuce. Albot serves. Backhand replies. Into the net from Djokovic. This is the longest game so far. All the games to this point have been very quick. which you appreciate after seeing some of what we saw with Sloane and Clara earlier. As here's the serve up the tee. Djokovic just gets it back. Big angle on the off forehand, misses wide from Albot, and it's deuce. Sport and Politics says he always goes for the underdog. Certainly an underdog, a decisive favorite, and a decisive underdog tonight. Djokovic off forehand in a rally, comes to the net, doesn't have to hit a volley though. Albot with a squash shot on the stretch into the net, and another break point here for Djokovic to try to go 5-2 up in this first set. Into the 5th minute of this game, as I mentioned, certainly the longest one we've had to this point. Here's Albot. Serving to the backhand of Djokovic. Oh, and that return clips the let cord and very tightly and rigidly came back on Djokovic's side, so it's deuce again. Yeah, if would like to hear some thoughts on what happened earlier tonight with Sloane. What a tough loss that was. Did call that match on another network, and it's almost awkward to call at times. Djokovic backhand return, cross-court Albot, steered up the middle by Djokovic, looped on back Albot, driven back by Djokovic, cross-court the backhand Albot, up the line goes Djokovic, on the stretch Albot's into the net, and Djokovic another break point. Third chance to break here in this game and take a double break lead. Hello, Jane. Glad to have you with us. Always lovely to see you in the chat section. Glad to have you aboard. Albot serving down another break point into the net as he tried to force one to Djokovic's backhand. Here's the second serve into the forehand of Djokovic, middle of the court return, and Albot got that all wrong. I'm not even sure what he was trying to hit. It's into the bottom of the net though, and Djokovic has broken for a second time. He's 5-2 up here inside of a half hour. Fortunately, at this point, Sloane was already up a set. 6-love on Clara Burrell, and it just went away from her. It was like flipping a switch when it went away, because she started the second set out well too, and then flip got switched, and Sloane unfortunately reverted back to what she has done pretty much this entire year. Tough to see for the former champion. It's a terrific win for Clara Burrell to come back and do it. I did see the tweet from the, or whatever we're calling those now, from the Talking Tennis X account. It was very awkward. Just every bit of it. The attendance on the court was like a cavernous stadium. It did almost remind you of some COVID days, as there was just no atmosphere at all. And you do wonder why that match got put in prime time on Ash, with no disrespect to either player. Just did strike me as a bit odd when the order of play came out. What was that, Saturday? And that was the first night match. Anyway. So after the break, here's Djokovic set to serve for the set at 5-2. Could finish this set up in only a half hour. If he does that, and he does that consistently, we won't have any midnight madness tonight. I know that's more of an Australian Open thing. Into a rally here, and Albot's able to put away an off forehand into the ad court corner. Well done. 15. Yeah, there was the tweet I was talking about. Yeah, Burrell just had no support at all, and I get it. She's playing an American at the American Slam, but there's just zero reaction. And there wasn't much of a reaction when Sloane won many points, or at least early in the match. Djokovic big serve, and Albot's return is blocked back long. Serve here at 15-all is into the net from Djokovic. Djokovic serves out wide. Albot puts the return cross court. Djokovic drives a forehand, but it's long. Yeah, Carlos does play tomorrow. We'll have that here for you on the channel. Excited for that. Excited to be on here for this U.S. Open. Djokovic serves up the tee and misses. That is the first night match on Ash tomorrow. Djokovic second serve in. Big backhand deep on the return. Albot. Djokovic was able to get that back somehow, and then Albot goes big and misses on the forehand. I don't know how Djokovic was able to steer that awkward shot back because Albot really did strike the return well. 30-all. Djokovic serves, goes big up the tee, but misses at 121. As the camera keeps finding Andy Roddick here, former champion. Goodness me, that's been a long time ago now, if you can believe it. Here's the serve by Djokovic, and Albot unable to place that back in play. And here's a set point for Novak. Again, just to get it inside of a half hour this first set, if he could finish it right here at 5-2, 40-30. Serves up the tee. Albot blocks the return backpedaling Djokovic. Cross-court the forehand. Albot on the run goes cross-court. Djokovic, big forehand. Albot somehow gets it back. Djokovic races to it and then tries to get cute on the drop shot, on the move, and he could only stash it into the net. And Albot saves off a set point. 21 years now since Roddick won his one and only slam here, beating Juan Carlos Ferrero in the final. Deuce for Djokovic. Goes deep on the serve, but misses. Serve out wide, lashing that return back Albot, and Djokovic tried to go to the back door, but the cross-court forehand is missed into the net, and Albot now has his first break point of this match. Trying to get one break back. Serve here out wide, and it's a let on the Djokovic serve. 5-all, I'm being told, Tiafoe and Kovacevic. As Djokovic out wide again, misses at 125. They have been absolutely tattooing the ball here since the start. Serve up the tee. Very good from Djokovic. Second serve, and Albot can't get the return over the net. It's deuce. So a second deuce here. It is pretty well filled up here for this match, thankfully, and it's not as cavernous as it was earlier. Djokovic misses the first serve. Obviously, you can't fill the place for every single match, but it was strange earlier. Djokovic with this serve, and that's off the let court, and it goes ricocheting out. So it's a double fault there from Djokovic. Third of this set, and another break point for Albot here. So Djokovic again will have to save a break point. And he'll have to do it on a second serve because he's missed the first into the net from the far end. The number 2 seed trying to make quick work of his opening set up. The tee goes. Albot blocks it back. throwing his body into a backhand cross-court. Djokovic sliced up the line by Albot. Now he'll slice it back in up the middle. Picked up by Djokovic. Albot puts it cross-court. Big forehand Djokovic. Back in up the middle from Albot. Off forehand from Djokovic. Albot is into this rally. Big backhand by Djokovic. Oh my goodness. He has just crushed that up the line into the deuce court. And it's a dazzling Djokovic winner. As said, hitting the cover off the ball here early. And little room for error, or no room for error on that shot, as it just cleared the net. Tremendous shot. Saves a break point and it's deuce. Serve was 115. I'd be willing to think the backhand was pretty close to it. Big serve, Albot short return. Djokovic with the serve +1 is able to put it away. And now another set point here for Novak. Serbia's Olympic gold medalist. Here's Djokovic serving. Out wide, Albot's backhand is well wide, and Djokovic wraps up the first set in 32 minutes. 6-2. Novak Djokovic takes the first set from Radu Albot. Straightforward in this opening set that these two have ever played against each other. We'll step away for just a moment, come back for set number 2. It's Djokovic in control, as expected.
Ready? Play.
Quick refresh on my top 10. Number 10, Andre Rublev. Number 9, Tommy Paul. Number 8, Francis Tiafoe. Number 7, Ben Shelton. Number 6, Taylor Fritz. Number 5, Daniel Medvedev. Number 4, Alexander Zverev. Number 3, Novak Djokovic. Number 2, Jannik Sinner. And number 1, Carlos Alcaraz.
Number 11, Marta Kostyuk. Number 10, Paula Badosa. Number 9, Barbora Krejcikova. Number 8, Jasmine Paolini. Number 7, Elena Rybakina. Number 6, Danielle Collins. Number 5, Zhang Qinwen. Number 4, Coco Gauff. Number 3, Jessica Pegula. Number 2, Iga Swiatek. And number 1, for the first time in my power rankings history, Aryna Sabalenka.
So Sabalenka obviously is a lot of people's pick to win this title. And eventually she'll get on court tonight. She hasn't yet. She'll play Priscilla Hahn once Tiafoe and Kovacevic finishes up, which is into the 4th set. But I think Tiafoe got the break. So Tiafoe's serving for the match, if I've got that correct, if what I'm looking at is correct. And then Sabalenka will be on Armstrong. Here on Ash, Djokovic, a straightforward first set, 6-2, and Albot serves to the Djokovic backhand to get the second set started into a rally. Albot goes up the middle on a driving forehand, now drives it deep again. Up the line, Djokovic forehand. Albot cross-court the backhand to the backhand of Djokovic. Forehand from Albot. Steered up the line, Djokovic. Two-fisted backhand, Albot. Sliced on back by Djokovic. Picked up and sliced back in return by Albot. Sliced backhand, Djokovic. Off forehand, Albot. Big backhand there from Djokovic. Albot pounds that backhand wing, does so again on an off forehand. Djokovic twirls it back short. Albot puts it away this time. Lengthy rally right there, and Albot puts it away at long last, 15-love. Of course, this is the final match on Ash tonight. Sabalenka, as I mentioned, with Hahn coming up next on Armstrong, and then that will just about be it for day 1. Albot serves into the net. As always, day 1 had its unexpected surprises. Albot serves to the backhand of Djokovic. Cranked cross court. Backhand up in the middle. Albot. Djokovic forehand cross court. Albot gets to it. Djokovic is just moving Albot side to side. My goodness. And Albot finally puts a backhand into the net. $15-all. Here's Albot at the near end. Stops the service motion. Regathers. Toss up, serve down, out wide. And Djokovic puts the return into the net. Alexander Bublik losing a 3.5-hour 5-setter earlier today after he was 2-1 up on Junsheng Sheng. Served by Albot goes deep, too deep. Have to list that as a day one surprise as Djokovic makes the return. Forehand from Albot. Hooked back by Djokovic deep. Looped forehand Albot. Djokovic throws his body into the backhand. Deep up the middle from Albot again. This time goes too deep and misses. Wild back and forth match between Diana Yastremska and Yuli Niemeyer. That was a 3-hour 3-setter. Niemeyer winning 6-4 in the third. Watched a lot of that one earlier today. It just kept going back and forth. First serve misses from Albot. Second serve is there. Djokovic with a big return with the backhand. Now goes with a big forehand. Cross court from Albot. It hung up there. Now he goes up the middle with the backhand. Djokovic powers it deep into another lengthy rally, but it ends on an Albot error. His forehand into the net. One of the most impressive performances of the day. Probably Emma Navarro. Less than an hour to dispatch of Anna Blinkova. 1-1. Coco Gauff did something very similar. 2 in love in an hour 6 to beat Gracheva. Of course, those two played at Wimbledon. What was that? 4th round, I guess it was. Navarro and Coco. And Navarro beat Gauff pretty soundly. Wouldn't turn down seeing those two again. Serve to the Djokovic forehand. And again, Albot just can't put away many first serves here, and Djokovic gets it into a rally, as we are in one now. Up the line, Albot's backhand. Forehand, big cross-court from Djokovic. Scoop back Albot. Again, Djokovic just easing him side to side. Albot with a high-hanging lob that somehow drops in, and Djokovic has to backpedal, and he hits a very awkward overhead, which is into the bottom of the net. He's frustrated after that. I don't know how in the world Albot got that to drop in. Ashley says Albot looks gone. Here he is serving at deuce. Out wide, Djokovic stretches out to his right to get that return in play, but he's unable to do so. It goes long. Am I new? I guess I'm semi-new. Well, I guess... What was it? The first time that I was on here was at the U.S. Open last year, I think. So I'm about a year old now in this as Albot serves. Djokovic gets the return back up the middle. Albot off forehand there from Djokovic. Cross-court backhand by Albot. Up the line, Djokovic. Guided back by Albot. Knifed up the line by Djokovic. Backhand by Albot was good. Sharp forehand from Djokovic. Up the middle, Albot. Driven backhand by Djokovic. Scooped on back by Albot. Djokovic forehand up the line. Albot stays in this rally. We've had a lot of lengthy rallies here. Slice backhand. Just slides wide there from Albot on a game point. Still in this first game of the second set. Yeah, 1 year now. Can you believe that? Time flies. I, for the life of me, cannot remember who played in that match either. It was a women's 4th round or maybe even quarterfinal. I remember doing it, but I swear I can't remember Who were the players as Albot serves to the forehand of Djokovic? Up the middle, big forehand Albot. Djokovic gets it back. Albot, good angle on that forehand. Djokovic stakes that backhand into the net, and it's a game point for Albot again. Goodness me, who was it that played in that match last year? Gosh. Cannot remember at all now. My memory is gone. Albot's serve up the tee was good. Opened up Djokovic, who's hit a backhand long. And Albot has held to start this second set. Well done. Let me see if I can find this out on the fly here. Who did that match? Because, again, I can't quite remember if it was a fourth round or a quarterfinal. I'm wanting to say Marketa Vondrousova was involved. At least that's what I'm wanting to say, because she was just coming off of winning Wimbledon. Okay, yes. So if I have this right, it was Vondrousova and Madison Keys. Quarterfinal. Keys won in straight sets, 1 and 4. That sounds right to me. At least I think it does. Djokovic just saying something to the chair umpire here on the changeover. And then she gets on the phone with someone. So Djokovic to serve for the first time in this second set. The near end here is Novak. Toss up and serve down out wide. Blocked back short by Albot, and Djokovic just gets to it and curls that cross-court backhand into the ad-court corner for an easy winner. Djokovic serves into the net. Second serve here from Novak. It's off the let cord. Second serve coming again. Puts that second serve in. Backhand of Albot. Hooked cross court by Djokovic. Up the middle, Albot. Forehand from Djokovic. Cross court, the forehand deep from Albot. Too deep. Has missed the line there. It's 30 love. Incredibly busy day for John. What day for John is not incredibly busy at this point? Is he the hardest working person in tennis? Is the question. I think he might be. Djokovic serves 30 love. Albot blocks that back. He's been able to shoot that cross-court Djokovic. Albot stays in the rally. Deep forehand from Djokovic. Albot gets it back again. Albot's hanging in some of these rallies. And Djokovic there misfires on the forehand wing. Goes long, and it's 30-15. And again, Novak. It just feels, I don't know if this has been the last couple of years as he misses a serve up the tee. It just felt to me as if the first and second round of slams these last, 2, 3, 4 years for Novak, he has not played very fundamentally good matches as he missed the serve there. And it's another double for Novak, his fourth, and it's 30 all. And it does feel like he is managing himself in the early rounds of slams these days. $30 serve, misses there. See if that happens again here. Was very sharp in that first set. Serves here, and Albot just shanks the return. 40-30. Game point for Djokovic. Here he is, looking for his first game of this second set. Serves very big there and misses. Say that he did drop a set in the second round at Wimbledon to Jake Fernley. I can't wait to see more of Jake Fernley. I think that's a guy that could really break onto the scene. Serve up the tee, swatted back by Albot, deep off forehand Djokovic. Twisted back cross-court by Albot. Djokovic goes with a cross-court forehand. Albot's there to get it back. Up the line forehand Djokovic. Put Albot on the defensive. And Djokovic had plenty of time to line up that forehand, and he cracks a winner into the deuce court. So Djokovic has held at 1 game all. Again, winner to play Struff or Gera in the second round, and you can see that score. Struff up 2-1. Did not look bad at all in the first round at Wimbledon, Djokovic, though. He only dropped 5 games to Kopcheva. But did drop that set to Fernley. I did that Fernley match. Djokovic and Fernley. Fernley played extremely well all match long. It's why I say, it's, believe me, the only time I've seen him play. Played collegiately in the States at Texas Christian University. I think he could be something big someday, as Albot serves to the forehand of Djokovic, and he has swatted that return into the deuce court corner. And he's missed marginally. Left 15. Albot serves out wide. Djokovic tries to block the return back. Serve missed. I think Djokovic is a bit annoyed with some fans that been taking a while to find their seats here. That's very common in this tournament, though. As we're into a rally here, and Albot has missed a forehand wide, 15 all. Quite a bit of people just milling around. Albot serves. Djokovic makes the return. Albot comes in with a drop shot. Djokovic gets to it and then hits a drop shot of his own that is into the net. Albot serves up the tee. Djokovic makes the return deep. Albot scrambles it back deep from Djokovic. Now goes to a forehand. Cross court goes Albot. Up the line Djokovic. Slice back defensively Albot. Djokovic lets it drop and now sets up a backhand cross court. Albot puts it into that ad court corner. Djokovic with an awkward looking shot. Cross court, big angle, and Albot didn't know what to do with it there and puts it into the net, and it's 30 all. Yeah, Gera could be heading 5, Gera and Struff. All Serbian matchup, perhaps, in the second round. $30 all here for Albot. Toss up, serve down, out wide. Djokovic, oh my gracious, has slingshotted that return at an incredible angle. Cross court for a winner, and a break point coming here for Djokovic after that. Just pulled that from his bag of tricks. Break point. As Albot serves out wide, Djokovic guides the return back. Into the net goes Albot. And there is the first break of this second set for Novak Djokovic. So 2-1 at the change of ends, and Djokovic up a set and a break now on Radu Albot. Meanwhile, just seeing here on the second screen, Frances Tiafoe indeed putting away Alexander Kovacevic in 4 sets. So the 2022 U.S. Open semifinalist Frances Tiafoe moving forward, seeded 20th in this tournament. 4 sets to beat Kovacevic. All-American matchup. That will allow Sabalenka to get on court against Priscilla Hahn. Sabalenka starts her campaign to try to get back to the final, and this time do just one better after losing the final last year to Coco Gauff. So Djokovic up a set and a break now. And against this player that he's never played before, problem solving on the fly, if you will, as he figures out the game of the qualifier Radu Albot, age 34. Again, roof is closed. And here is Djokovic after the change of ends, looking to consolidate the break with a 2-1 lead in this second set. Won the first set in just over half an hour, 6-2, as you can see on your screen. Missed the first serve, did Djokovic. Second serve is there. Albot lines up a backhand return. Steered cross-court by Djokovic. Guided up the middle by Albot. Butter knifed on there by Djokovic, who then slices it cross-court. Sliced by Albot on the backhand. Into the touch backhand of Djokovic. Off forehand from Albot. And Djokovic drives that backhand into the net. It's love 15. Albot has stayed in some rallies here, but Djokovic has been able to put him away on most big occasions. Very Novak-esque of him. Big serve up the tee there from Novak. He comes to the net. Albot's able to pass him with a forehand winner into the ad court. Clinches the fist there, does Albot. It's love 30. And hello in the chat section to ATX Super Dave. Glad to have you along. Setting a break for Djokovic, as you can see. Love 30 here, however, as he serves into the net against this 34-year-old qualifier. Be sure to hit that like button. Yes, indeed. And keep commenting along. Djokovic serves up the tee. Albot makes the return. Hooked back deep up the middle, Djokovic. Albot able to get that deep. Backpedaling Djokovic now. Having to react on the fly. Albot up the middle of the forehand. Swatted back by Djokovic in a big way. And Albot's forehand is into the bottom of the net. It's 15-30. Yes, certainly. Keep leaving comments. We'll get around to them as I have a chance. Certainly help if Novak starts to really stretch his legs here to have some comments to read. 15-30. Djokovic serves. Backhand reply Albot. Up the middle Djokovic. Big forehand Albot comes to the net. Djokovic tries to pass him, but cranks a backhand wide, and Albot's got 2 break points here. Has not broken the Djokovic serve to this point. Chances to do it right here at 15-40. And Djokovic did there on that backhand. Left knee or left leg buckled a bit. Serves here out wide. Blocked back by Albot. Backpedaling Djokovic. Big forehand. Albot gets it back. That forehand off the let cord from Djokovic. Sliced up the middle. Albot. Cross court the forehand. Djokovic. Albot on the move. Squash shot. Djokovic gets back to it. Off the let cord his forehand. Djokovic to the net. Albot's past him. There's the break. Radu Albot breaks the Djokovic serve for the first time. Really, when they've gone into lengthy rallies like this, Albot's been able to hold his own Does so again right there. He's coming up with some shots that's really testing Novak. And it's back on serve 2-all. So here's Albot serving up the tee. Djokovic blocks that return back. Off forehand, Albot. Cross-court the backhand, Djokovic. Sliced on back by Albot. Into the net goes Djokovic as he knifed that backhand. Straight up the middle and into the mesh. 15-love, and Albot's got a bit of momentum on his side here. Albot serves out wide. Djokovic stashes that return back short. Albot comes up, forehand into the ad court corner, and Djokovic tried to throw up a lob, but it's well long, and it's 30-love. Prime time in Austin, says Super Dave. Glad to have you along. We are 10:45 here on the East Coast. Albot serves up the tee. Djokovic, good return. Albot gets to that forehand cross court. Djokovic gets it back. Up the middle goes Albot. Driven backhand is long there from Djokovic. And Albot's 40-love up here after getting that break. And Albot's won 7 of the last 10 points all of a sudden. Ashley's still with us. Glad to have you along. Yeah, I should start serving and volleying a little bit here, Albot. Good point. Serve out wide from Albot, and Djokovic just pumps that return up the line so nonchalantly, and it's a winner as Albot was frozen. (40-15). Trying to ride this quick wave of momentum. You know it won't last long against Novak. Albot serves. Forehand reply at the line. Djokovic was really good. And Albot slices that backhand into the net. Oh, and he better ride it as long as he can because here comes Novak again. (40-30). And here's Albot serving to the Djokovic backhand. Albot goes off the let court on the forehand, and that ricochets out, and suddenly it's deuce. So, okay, well, this is, of course, what Novak does. But it was 40-love. Albot was strolling along in this game, and then Djokovic hit the most ridiculous, nonchalant return winner, and it changed on a dime right there. Serve out wide. Djokovic makes the return. Up the line goes Albot. Racing to get to the backhand, Djokovic. And into the net goes Albot here. Now, this would be a real disappointment if Albot loses serve immediately. Got that break for 2-all, then 40-love up, and now in danger of losing serve again. Serves up the tee. Djokovic puts the return deep. Albot backpedaling, and his forehand is into the net, and Djokovic is broken right back and reclaims the lead here. 3-2. And that's a disappointment for Radu Albot. Really is. So Djokovic has the lead back at 3-2. Novak still sweating out some celebration champagne. Should be good by the third. Well, you just have to imagine that it's been such an amazing, however long it's been, 2 or 3 weeks in his world. Obviously, it has not been the season that we're used to seeing from him. But my goodness, to win finally that Olympic gold medal, to win it, his last attempt at it, on the court that he did it, against the player that he did it against, it's just an absolute dream. And the reaction after was so amazing. And yeah. Can't imagine what it's been like to be Novak Djokovic the last couple of weeks. So Djokovic back up a break in this second set. So we strike the hour mark of the match. 3-2, he serves. Out wide, scooped on back by Albot. Backpedaling forehand, cross-court Djokovic. Up the line, the forehand Albot. Djokovic slices it back. Up the middle goes Albot. Cross-court, the forehand Djokovic. Albot on the stretch. Rifles a forehand long. Goat energy can get you some easy breaks. Yeah. He is the golden goat now, of course. Djokovic. Serves out wide and just missed. $15 here. Serves to the backhand of Albot. Steered up the line deep. Cross-court forehand Djokovic. Albot, good angle to the forehand of Djokovic. Cross-court backhand misses there from Albot. That serve was kicked in at 80. It's 30-love. Meanwhile, they are going to a fifth set out on court 13, as you can see. Struff and Gera, the winner, will play the winner of this match, which, of course, we're anticipating it being Djokovic, who at 30-love serves out wide, comes to the net. Oh, half-volley pickup, brilliant. Albot's there, though. Oh, my goodness, to just poke it behind Djokovic. It's 30-15. Well played by Radu Albot. Djokovic with that half-volley pickup. That was a good enough shot. Then Albot there to put it away. 30-15. Djokovic at the near end. Toss up. Falls into a service motion. Serve out wide is a let. Three dribbles of the ball. Djokovic serves to the forehand of Albot. Backhand up the middle, Djokovic. Two-fisted backhand Albot. Up the line, Djokovic. Albot on the run. Spatulas it back. Cross-court forehand, Djokovic. Wanted to come into the net, then thought better of it. Backpedal to hit a forehand. That's into the net. It's 30-all now. So 30-all here for Djokovic as he tries to consolidate the break. Got an early break in this set, gave it up, then got it back just a few moments ago. 30-all serve is up the tee. Blocked back Albot short. Djokovic takes care of that as he stashes it away. Cross-court, forehand winner into the deuce court. 40-30. 65 minutes on court for these two that have never played before tonight. Here's Djokovic at 40-30. Point for 4-2. Serve up the tee. That's an ace as he flashes that up the tee, and it's 4-2 in this second set. So we'll keep you up on the Struff and Gera scoreline. You can see it there on your screen. We'll also keep you up to date with Sabalenka, who is obviously a heavy favorite against Priscilla Hahn. And here is Albot at 2-4 serving. To the Djokovic forehand short. Off forehand there from Albot. Up the line, the backhand. Strummed by Djokovic. Now goes deep on the backhand. Up the middle, the backhand. Albot was good. Fought off by Djokovic. Cross-court forehand Albot. Slice back cross-court Djokovic. Looped on back and wide this time from Albot. Yeah, efficient serve plus ones. Tennis player's best friend. Love 15, Albot serves. Djokovic blocks it back. Albot on the run. The forehand. Deep from Djokovic into the ad court corner, and Albot tried to twist that backhand cross court. It goes into the net. It's love 30 very quickly here, and this set could be getting out of control now from Albot. Love 30 at the far end is Albot. Toss up, serve down out wide. Djokovic yanks that return cross court. Albot picks it up. Backhand from Djokovic. Airborne forehand there from Albot, who then slices a backhand. Djokovic steps up. Approach shot is hit long. And it's 15-30. Djokovic just wipes a bit of sweat off with the headband. Gets ready here as Albot serves at 15:30. Goes to the forehand of Djokovic deep. Albot has to paddle it back. Cross-court forehand Djokovic, and Albot's unable to get that back in play. That was a strange-looking point. Both players almost stopped and restarted again in the point. But Djokovic has earned a couple of more break points here at 15:40. Get a double break lead in this second set. Here's Albot serving to the Djokovic backhand. Off forehand from Albot. Djokovic slices it back deep. Albot swats it back. Djokovic lines up the backhand and goes long. So one break point save there from Albot at 30-40. Another break point coming. Here's Albot. Serving to the forehand of Djokovic, looped back. Up the middle, big forehand is into the net from Albot. Djokovic has broken again and goes ahead 5-2 now in this second set. He'll serve for the set after the change of ends. So, Djokovic cruising on along here. Have to ask Super Dave here because you left the comment that you're based in Austin. You may have seen the cup that just came across here. Now, this isn't exactly a college football superpower, Duke University. We normally wait till basketball season. But is there a Longhorn fan amongst us here in the comments section? Football season right around the corner here. If you even want to say right around the corner, I guess it's already started. Georgia Tech beating Florida State. Preseason in the NFL finally finished. The fake football is done. Real football is starting. So do we have a Longhorn fan? And if we do, what's our thoughts on Quinn Ewers and the playoff chances of the Horns? First season in the SEC, of course. Oh, wow. Native Austinite, but not a Longhorn. Wow, okay. So what's the allegiance, if there is one? If there is an allegiance, what is it to? If you come back and say you're an Oklahoma fan, that has to be... I would just love that. I would love if you came back and said you were an Oklahoma fan. And maybe not a college football fan at all. I don't know. I just assume that people from Texas is a Texas fan, a Cowboys fan, maybe Texas A&M. It's always possible. Of course, that rivalry gets renewed this year, as Djokovic will serve for the set here, 5-2. Triple ones on the clock here, an hour 11 we've been on. Djokovic misses the first serve into the net. Prime time at the Open. Djokovic's second serve is there to the forehand of Albot. Up the middle goes Djokovic. Off forehand Albot. Backing up the line Djokovic. Albot backpedals. Cross-court the forehand. Djokovic big forehand. Up the line goes Albot, though. He's been able to control that pace. Now he backpedals. Hits an off forehand. Good angle. Drop shot is into the net from Djokovic. And he hasn't really gotten hold of that drop shot yet tonight, Djokovic. Okay. I'm a purist. Don't have any teams, but love a good fight. Okay, very good. I like that. Left 15 as Djokovic serves for this second set. Out wide he goes. Comes to the net with a volley. Albot's on the run, but he's unable to pass Djokovic with the lunging forehand. It's 15 all. Jera up a break in the 5th to start against Struff out on court 13. Djokovic serves out wide and misses. Maybe he didn't miss. Guess they called that in, and Albot's return missed. So 30-15, my mistake. Here's Djokovic serving. Albot blocks that return back. Now that's definitely missed from Djokovic. Trying to change direction on the backhand. It's gone wide, 30-all. 2 points from the set here, Novak, trying to do it just as he did in the first at 6-2. Djokovic at the far end here. Serves out wide. Albot blocks it back. Djokovic backpedals and watches it drop long. And here's a set point. Set point here for Djokovic to go 2 sets to love up. Serves into the net. Here comes the second serve. Toss up, serve down, up the tee. It's an ace. So Djokovic, second verse, same as the first. 6-2, 6-2 to take a 2 sets to love lead on Radu Albot. Djokovic off and running in his U.S. Open campaign. 2 sets to love up. We'll take a break. Be back in a moment.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
All right, so Djokovic with a 2-sets-to-love lead. He has looked his normal self to start his U.S. Open campaign. Albot serving here to start the third set, already up 40-15 as we reach. Serve here to the backhand of Djokovic, and Albot shanks that forehand. 40-30. So, we had a poll up a moment ago, well, since the start. How far do you think Djokovic will go? I would love to hear in the chat section. As Albot serves, Djokovic makes the return, gets into a rally. Djokovic forehand is missed into the net, so Albot holds to start the second set. I would love to hear, for those still listening here as we get later and later into the night, or for some maybe into the early morning hours. If Djokovic is not your pick to win the title, who is? Who is everyone picking? Is everyone going Alcaraz? Is everyone going Sinner? In what has been a very turbulent few days for Sinner. Are you going someone different? Would love to know who everyone's taking here to win the title as we get this U.S. Open started here today. So Djokovic serves for the first time in this third set. More and more seats starting to become available, I'm afraid, as people have headed out post 11 o'clock. Djokovic serves a double fault. Sport and Politics says Alcaraz, I think none of the three obvious choices would surprise. Left 15 here for Djokovic after the double fault. Serves up the tee and cancels that out with an ace. Let's see. Sport and Politics also says I went semis for Novak. Okay. Sixth ace there from him. Djokovic serves, misses the tee. And another double fault as he's put that into the net. So 2 in this game for Novak. Well, he followed up the last one with an ace. See if he does that again. He's just got a bit of an ace, an edge on aces versus double faults. 15-30. Djokovic serve out wide. Look at that. It is an ace. His 7th of the match now. So that's 2 doubles and 2 aces in this game. 30-all. 122 miles an hour on that last ace. In fact, both of the screens say 122. 122 miles an hour on the serve. 1 hour 22 in the match. Djokovic serves out wide. Albot gets that return up very high. Drops long. 40-30. Let's see. Dave says Alcaraz is my pick. Sinner is probably mentally still scrambled. And yeah, you wouldn't... I would think you're probably right. Djokovic is probably not fit enough to keep up with an 80% Alcaraz. We'll see if anyone breaks up those 3. I mean, those are the 3 that everyone is looking at, as Albot can't make that return and Djokovic holds for a game all. Sabalenka's up a break 3-2 on Hahn over on Armstrong. So, going to be a very hot week. So we close in on Labor Day weekend in the States. Summer still around as Albot serves and misses. And it has been a very hot summer on the East Coast. Next couple of days going to be pretty hot in New York. Backhand reply by Djokovic. Up the middle, Albot's forehand. Into the net goes Djokovic. Now, with that being said, looks like highs in the upper 80s tomorrow, then Wednesday mid-90s. After that, it is going to be a break in those hot temperatures. Temperatures back in the 70s for the rest of the week. Probably going to have to deal with some weekend rain. That's your weather on the ones here. As Albot serves at 15 love. We'll have the Doppler radar coming up after this game. Serve into the net there from Albot. Second serve is out wide. Djokovic makes the return. Up the line, good forehand there from Albot. Djokovic throws up a lob. Albot lets it drop, hits an overhead, comes to the net, hits a volley. Djokovic passes him with a sensational forehand into the ad court corner. That's just so perfect. Man, oh man. That was good. That was really, really good. Dazzling display there from Djokovic. Novak in a nutshell. Serve to the forehand of Djokovic up the line. Cross-court the backhand. Albot sliced up the middle from Djokovic. Picked up off forehand from Albot. Off the let court Djokovic. Albot backpedals. Hits a forehand. Looped on back by Djokovic. It's just inside that baseline. Rally continues. Forehand Albot. Drop shot there from Djokovic. Albot races to get to it. Staggers to it. Stashes up the line. Djokovic throws up a mini lob. Albot backpedals. Turns. Gets to it. And puts a forehand into the net. Oh my goodness gracious. All of a sudden, the action is picked up here. I don't know if Djokovic had to hit the volley that he did, that he looped back. It might have been going wide. Nonetheless, he hit it, made Albot retreat, put him in a blender. Albot very nearly was able to drive that down the line and pass him. 15-30, serve up the tee. Djokovic scoops it back off forehand from Albot. Sliced up the middle, Djokovic. Albot lines up and off forehand. Djokovic, two-fisted backhand is into the net. And it's 30 all. Ah, yes. Thank you, Dave, for that comment. Appreciate it. Glad to be on. Glad to have the opportunity to come on here. Anytime get to jump on the channel is fun. Serve here from Albot out wide. Misses the mark. Here comes the second serve, and that's long. And a double fault has given Djokovic the first break point of this third set now at 30-40. 64% now saying winner or runner-up. Serve up the tee to the forehand of Djokovic. Off forehand driven by Albot. Sliced up the line, Djokovic. Albot changes direction, cross-court. Djokovic somehow gets to that. Albot drives a forehand. It's an approach shot. He's to the net. Djokovic with a lob. Albot with an overhead. Djokovic another lob. And this time Albot puts it away. Saves a break point, and it's deuce. Crowd that is still here, and it's still a pretty hefty crowd that's here. Appreciating Albot and the effort of that last point. Last couple of points, really, from both players have been big time. Saved off a break point, Albot. Now it's deuce. Here he is at the far end. Toss up, serve down into the net. Hour and a half on court here. Djokovic steps up. Second serve return is up the line. Shoveled on back by Albot. Off balance forehand Djokovic. Cross court Albot. Djokovic on the run. Gets that forehand at a big angle. Now with a backing up the line. Comes to the net. Forced to hit a volley. Albot a lob. Djokovic an overhead. Slams that away and earns another break point. Does Djokovic. He's claimed pretty early breaks in each of the first 2 sets. Looking for another one right here. Albot trying to fight off another one. Toss up, serve down. Djokovic forehand reply. That just slides wide. And it's deuce. 5.5 minutes long this game now. This might be the longest game we've had. Albot serves. Djokovic backhand reply. Off forehand from Albot. Sliced on back. Djokovic cross court. Albot curls at cross court. Up the middle. Djokovic to the backhand. Inside out the forehand from Albot. Now goes cross court with one. Djokovic steers it back. Guided on by Albot cross court. Up the line. Djokovic sliding into a backhand as if on a clay court there. Albot pushes that one long. And Djokovic has another break point. Now, Albot not going away early in this set. Has already saved a couple of break points. He's been under pressure here. Has to save another one right here. Albot at the far end. Serves up the tee. Djokovic swats that return back. It's into the net, and it's deuce again. One all deuce. Early stages of the third set. 6-2 went the first and the second set here between these two. Toss up from Albot. Serve down. Djokovic slings that return. Albot a good forehand up the middle. He approaches the net. A lob by Djokovic. Albot has to backpedal. Then hits an overhead. Confidently hits it and thumps it up the middle of the court for a winner. And Albot now has a game point here after saving 3 break points in this game. Now a game point for Radu Albot. Serves to the backhand of Djokovic. Backpedaling forehand inside out. Albot really good. Stretched out by Djokovic. And played cross court with the forehand. A winner from Albot and a clinch of the fist right there. He has held for 2-1. So Radu Albot stays on serve here in this third set on Ash. So, meanwhile, as you can see, and John rightly brings up, Gera now up a break in that fifth set on Struff. 4-2. Again, the winner of that match to play the winner of this match. Oh, Andy Taylor, very good. Okay, so I have to listen to that then. Talk to Andy Taylor, the Arthur Ashe Stadium announcer. That's awesome. Can't wait to go back and listen to that. Actually, very good. I love. Anyone that knows me knows that I am a sports media nerd. More of a sports media nerd these days than I am a sports nerd. And I love little things like that. Talking to the people in the media. Really do love that. Got the McEnroe brothers calling this match on ESPN here stateside. And they just brought Scott Van Pelt up into the booth. SVP, as he's called, he is hosting Sports Center from the Open this week. So, like I said, sports media stuff like that I get into. All right, Djokovic serving here 1-2 in this third set. And serves out wide. Blocked back by Albot off forehand Djokovic. Oh, he's had that get away from him there. He's missed it long. In no way can you really poke any real holes into Novak's performance tonight. Do get the sense that he's a bit frustrated here. Frustrated that he didn't get the break in the last game. Missing a few shots that he wouldn't like to be. And double faults creeping in as he just served up another one right there. So 15 all. Deep breath from Novak. We know he is at times easily agitated. Serves here out wide. Albot makes the return. Forehand from Djokovic. Cross-court backhand. Really good from Albot. Really good. Clip the line. It's a winner. Oh, no. Saying it missed. My goodness. It could not have missed by much at all. Of course, no lines people. No line judges. So it's 30-15. Serve out wide. Djokovic twirled on back. High and looping from Albot, and Djokovic puts that away with the overhead. Yeah, that picture that just put up, can you believe that? Sloane Stephens lost that match. 6-love, 3-love, 30-15. Good heavens. Won't sleep well tonight, I would imagine, Sloane. 40-15, Djokovic serves into the net. Trying to get it to 2-all here in this third set. Toss up, serve down off the let cord, and that goes ricocheting out. Another double fault. 40-30. Might be what he's most annoyed about is the number of doubles that he's thrown in tonight. Big first serve out wide there at 122 misses. Oh, and did he just do another one there? My goodness, he has. He's tried to kick that in at 103, and that one has been pushed long, so it's back-to-back doubles from Novak, and it's deuce as Gera is serving for the match at 5-2 in the fifth on Struff. Djokovic serves up the tee and let out some frustration with that ace. Advantage Djokovic for 2-all. Missed the first serve out wide. Struggling to find first serves right here. Sabalenka, meanwhile, 5-3 up on Armstrong first set. As Djokovic serves. And again, he's tried to kick that in, and he's missed it right up the middle long. Deuce again. Djokovic serves into the net. Gera has finished off Struff. 6-2 in the fifth, a match that lasted almost 4 hours. So Gera against likely Djokovic in the second round. Djokovic serves out wide, and a return into the net from Albot. That's a bit of a gift. Sabalenka has just taken that first set from Hahn. 6-3. Another game point for Djokovic here to get to 2-all. And serves into the net. Hasn't been a very good serving set here from Novak, has it? Albeit this is just the fourth game of the set. Now he has to catch the ball toss. Serves here to the forehand of Albot. Forehand from Djokovic. Cross-court Albot. Forehand deep from Djokovic. And Albot shanks the forehand, and it goes wide, and Djokovic holds for 2-all. I think Albot thought that Djokovic forehand that was basically at his shoelaces was off the baseline. Slams the towel down there. Albot hasn't shown a lot of emotion tonight. Does right there. And here's Albot. Serving 2-all. First serve into the net. Second serve is there. Djokovic, sharp forehand return. The backhand of Albot. Backhand of Djokovic. Up the middle goes Albot. Big forehand Djokovic. Sliced on back by Albot. Two-fisted backhand Djokovic. Sliced on again by Albot. Cross court goes Djokovic to the backhand of Albot. Cross court backhand Djokovic. Big rally right here. Up the line Djokovic. Powered up the middle from Albot. Now goes up the line the forehand. Djokovic on the stretch. Slice back up the middle. Djokovic goes big into the net. Another lengthy rally again where Albot is able to hold his own. (15-love). Albot serves in the net. And the second serve also in the net. Double fault there from Albot. Tomorrow's order of play here on Ash at noon. Iga Swiatek gets her campaign started against Kamila Rakimova. That starts the program on Ash. Serve to the backhand of Djokovic. Cross-court backhand Albot. Slice back by Djokovic. Albot back pedals. Hits a great forehand. Inside-out forehand winner into the ad-court corner. 30-15. Yannick Sinner is second on Ash against Mackenzie McDonald. 29-year-old American from Piedmont, California. Primetime session on Ash includes Carlos Alcaraz against Lee Tu. Serve up the middle. Twirled back by Djokovic. Short ball. Albot steps up, hits a forehand into the net. That's a gift from Albot there. It's 30-all. Jess Pagula and Shelby Rogers, the retiring Shelby Rogers from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, to close out the program on Ash tomorrow. As Albot in the near end serves 30-all here. 2-all in the third. Out wide, Djokovic makes the return extremely deep. Pinpoint accuracy there, and Albot's forehand floats long, and Djokovic has a break point, so he had chances to break in the third game of this set. Couldn't get it done. Now here he is in the fifth game, trying to get the break just about where he has in the first two sets. Serve to the backhand of Djokovic. Backpedaling forehand Albot. Djokovic up the line. That backhand gets away from him. He misses, and it's deuce. Armstrong tomorrow. Danielle Collins, Caroline Dolehide, followed by just a fabulous match between Yelena Ostapenko and Naomi Osaka. Lajovic and Medvedev also on Armstrong. Primetime, Paulini and Andreescu, followed by Paul and Sonego. Andreescu, a former champion here, of course. Albot serves into the net. Paulini having just a fantastic season. Serve to the forehand of Djokovic. Sharp return. Cross-court Albot up the line. Djokovic forehand. Kicked back on by Albot. Sliced cross-court Djokovic. Sliced again by Albot. That's wide. Another break point for Djokovic. I mean, the season that Jasmine Paolini has had. French Open final. Wimbledon final. Olympic gold in doubles with Sarah Errani. Tsitsipas and Kakanakis on grandstand tomorrow. Rybakina's out there on grandstand. So is Korda. Raducanu and Kenin, a big one out there too. First serve misses for Albot, facing another break point. Wozniacki and Habino on court 17. De Minaur's out there. Djokovic backhand return, forehand Albot, cross-court forehand Djokovic, up the middle goes Albot. Into the net goes Djokovic. Felix Auger-Aliassime on court 5. So too is Jack Draper. So is Anna Kalinskaya. Leylah Fernandez plays Potapova. That's all tomorrow. Deuce here. Albot has been able to push away a couple of break points. Let for serve. Serve here to the backhand of Djokovic. Oh, and he's just pushed that long, too. I don't think Novak's just checked out a little bit here in this third set, which is a bit surprising to me. As Dave says, needs to finish this in 3 sets to save the energy. Serve here by Albot misses. Yeah, Osaka and Ostapenko is going to be really good tomorrow. Serve here to the backhand of Djokovic. He's ripped that return. Slice back by Albot. Off forehand, Djokovic really good. Albot on the defensive. Backpedaling to hit a forehand up the line, Djokovic. Lobbed on back by Albot. Driven cross-court by Djokovic. Albot keeps it going. Up the line, Djokovic. Cross-court Albot. Djokovic on the move. Up the middle of the Albot backhand. Slice back by Djokovic just inside the baseline. Off forehand by Albot into that ad court corner. Now he's pushed it into the deuce court. Puts Djokovic on the defensive. To the net. Big forehand Albot off the let court. Djokovic hit it overhead. Now an overhead by Albot. And Albot's at the net. He skipped it off the let court. Now an approach by Djokovic, who's at the net. And hooking a lob behind him is Albot. A tremendous rally there. And Albot looks to the crowd and says, "Get on your feet. It's almost midnight in New York, but you can still show me some appreciation for that." Fantastic. My goodness. And Djokovic, the level of play has dipped down from him in this third set, and Albot has come up with the point of the match to this point. Djokovic all of a sudden looking to his box. The look of frustration grows. He doesn't like this. Doesn't like where it's gone here in the last 20 minutes or so. So this is an interesting changeover. Albot going to try to ride this wave of momentum again. Now, the last time I said that, early to middle stages of the second set, he lost a 40-love lead, lost serve, and then that was pretty much it for the set. But that has to be a big pick-me-up right there, that last rally. So off onto the court they come again. And Djokovic just needing to refocus here a little bit. 2-3, third set. Hour 48 on court. And Djokovic serves and misses by a lot. And he just has not been serving well at all in this set. Second serve is there. Albot puts it up the middle on the backhand. Off backhand Djokovic. Forehand from Albot. Cross-court forehand from Djokovic. Put Albot on the move, and he missed. (15-love). Served by Djokovic into the net. I was just looking here in the third set. Djokovic, 8 of 19 first serves. Puts this serve into the Albot forehand. Forehand up the middle. Off forehand Albot. Djokovic on the move. Twirls it back. Off forehand from Albot. Cross-court backhand Djokovic. That backhand gets away from Albot. He's put it into the doubles alley wide. It's 30-love, so he's well underneath 50%. Getting those first serves in this set. Now, when he does get the first serve in, Djokovic, in the set, 8 points from 9. Serves here up the tee, and Albot unable to get that return back in play. It's into the bottom of the net. It's 40-love. Djokovic serves into the net. There are some people that would like him to refocus pretty quickly here, Novak. It's almost creeping up on midnight. Serve there, misses. It's another double fault from Djokovic. He's really had quite a bit. That is his 10th. 10 doubles to 8 aces now for Novak. Serve up the tee. Albot's return is long, and Djokovic holds pretty easily here for 3-all. So let's see if he's ready to retake control. Get a break right here for 4-3. Serve for 5-3, and then you'd be right on the finish line. See if he can. Albot, however, trying to keep that from happening. Serving 3-all. Missed the serve out wide. Second serve is there. Djokovic with an angled backhand on the return. Now backing up the middle to the forehand of Albot. Cross-court backhand. Djokovic really good. Albot on the move. Stashes it back deep. Backhand Djokovic. Forehand up the line. Albot. Swung back by Djokovic. Cross-court into the net from Albot. Love 15. Does Djokovic sense that now is the time to pounce? At the far end is Albot. 34-year-old serves. Djokovic with the backhand reply. Off forehand from Albot. Djokovic deep backhand. Forehand up the middle, Albot. Djokovic steps into that backhand. Forehand is deep from Albot. Djokovic adjusting. Forehand really good from Albot. Djokovic just gets it back. Albot comes to the net, hits a forehand. Oh, and Djokovic passes him. He puts it right back behind him. Goes to the back door. Knock, knock, who's there? Backhand winner, love 30. Albot staring into darkness after that. Love 30 here. As Albot serves into the net. Comes the second serve. That's there. The backhand of Djokovic, forehand from Albot. Djokovic backhand up the middle. Steering it back is Albot on the forehand. Djokovic goes with the backhand straight up the middle. Albot got that forehand deep deuce court corner. Now he swats a forehand. Djokovic keeps the rally going. Sliced up the middle. Albot inside out forehand. Djokovic backhand from Albot deep. Djokovic cross court the forehand. Albot's there. Djokovic with the drop shot. It hasn't been there for him tonight, but it is there. And Albot has staked that into the net, and it's love 40. 3 break points for Novak Djokovic here to take control of the third set. After he looked a bit disinterested for the first half of this set, here he is now. 3 break points. He hasn't had good control of that drop shot tonight, but he did right there. And here is 3 chances to break. Albot serves up the tee, and he erases one of them right there with an ace straight up the middle. Just clipped a bit of the line. 15-40. Albot serves. Djokovic makes the return cross court. Albot on the move. Djokovic backing up the line. Albot sharp angled backhand. Djokovic slices. It's an approach shot. He comes to the net, hits a solid volley. Albot's there, tries to pass him. Can't! Djokovic sticks the racket out. Lollipops a backhand away. It's a winner. It's a break. It's 4-3 in the third set. He goes to the crowd, waves his arms up in the air, gets the fans behind him, the ones that are left in the lower bowl. And Djokovic is broken for 4-3. Well, that was almost, you could see that coming. You could see it coming from a long ways away. Once he held for 3 all of a sudden, it was almost as if, here's the time. Here's the time to break. Get to the finish line. It's almost there now. Djokovic breaks for 4-3 and gets the crowd into a frenzy here late on a Monday night in New York. Fully engaged now for sure. Another change of shirt here for Djokovic during this changeover. He's done that already 2 or 3 times tonight. Gera awaits the winner. Looks very likely to be an all-Serbian encounter in the second round later in the week. Let me see here. As we wait on this changeover, let's pull up the app so I can tell you that Sabalenka is now a set and a break up on Priscilla Hahn. These are now the only 2 matches going on. And it is Sabalenka, after winning the first set 6-3, leading Hahn 3-1 and serving for 4-1. She's done all of that in less than an hour over on Armstrong. Again, we get Sabalenka, or we get Rybakina and Swiatek on court tomorrow. Coco on court earlier today. Sabalenka, if she does finish this off, will play Bronzetti in the second round. As Djokovic serves now up the break, misses the first serve. Bronzetti advancing today after Lulu's son had to retire after a 1 hour and 4 minute first set. Son who made that great run at Wimbledon. Djokovic serves here. Backhand reply by Albot. Forehand of Djokovic. And Albot, shanks a forehand there. A lot of people love Sabalenka in this tournament for good reason. Court suits her very well. Djokovic serves here as we say hello to Ashley in the comments. Glad to have you aboard. Djokovic serves here. Albot makes the return up the middle. Backhand from Djokovic. Just gets away from him. Carries it long. 15 all. Here. Djokovic serves out wide. Blocked back by Albot. Djokovic comes to the net, and he puts that away very easily on the serve and volley for 30-15. Well, let's see. Ashley asks, who are your picks for the title? Well, I love Sabalenka, like I just said. Hopefully she can stay healthy. But that is definitely... I think I go Sabalenka on the women's side. And hate to be boring, but do tend to go Alcaraz on the men's side for all of the reasons that we mentioned already tonight. I think center is going to be a bit scrambled mentally. I don't know if Djokovic is going to be able. He's just hit a great drop shot there, Djokovic. Oh my goodness, for 40-15 as he tries to consolidate the break. But I do think Alcaraz is going to get the better of him again. It'll be 3 slams for Djokovic for Alcaraz on the season. Be boring together. There you go. Djokovic serves, and Albot can't make the return, and Djokovic is held for a 5-3 lead, and now he is a game away here is Novak. And all of us early risers would be very happy to see him finish it out in this game as we hit the 2-hour mark. Albot serves to stay in the match right here. Lost the first 2 sets 6-2. He is 3-5 down in the third. He has just paused for some reason. Now gets ready to serve. What a night for him to be on this court against this opponent. Serves up the tee. Djokovic blocks it back. Albot with the forehand. Djokovic puts it off the net on the forehand. Yes, love having matches in our time zone. Obviously, it does create for some late nights. 15 love. Serve by Albot was good. Djokovic with the return goes long. 30 love. Yeah, I did just set my alarm for in the morning. And when it said 6 hours and 50 minutes, that was a bit rough. Albot serves, backhand reply Djokovic. Into the net goes Albot on the forehand. Oh well, that's what you do. There was a time where, when I was in school, I went 2 weeks just about without sleeping to watch the Australian Open. I was younger then. To have youth back. Albot serves to the forehand of Djokovic. Albot retreats to hit an off forehand, and Djokovic has paddled that backhand wide, 40-15. Trying to get one more game in here is Albot, who serves off the let cord. Of course, that was what was so disappointing with Sloane earlier. It looked like she was going to be on and off in like an hour or 50 minutes. That turned into 2 hours. Albot serves to the backhand of Djokovic, who comes to the net, puts the volley into the net, so Albot has held. And Djokovic will serve for the match at 5-4 after the change of ends here. Yeah. Yes, the Aussie hours are... Oh, I couldn't do it today. I used to be able to do it. I can't do it today. No. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. It's rough. It's almost better to watch the Australian Open on the west coast of the States. That gives you at least a little bit of a better chance to stay up. But boy, I remember nights listening to AO radio, and I mention that almost all the time. That was the first time that I ever discovered tennis radio commentary, and I fell in love. Oh my gosh, did I fall in love. I love radio broadcasting. I never heard anything about tennis on the radio, and that's how I would listen at night, and sometimes that's how I would fall asleep, was listening to those radio calls. The great Peter Mercado and others, and at AO Radio. And all of a sudden, that's what I wanted to start. I wanted to, hey, let's try doing tennis. Try doing play-by-play on tennis on the radio. It's not an easy feat. So, here's Djokovic trying to put this away, serving for the match at 5-4 in this third set. To move on to take on a fellow Serb in the second round. At the near end, he serves. Fought off by Albot, off forehand from Djokovic. My goodness, not leaving much room for error in the ad court corner, and just finding a line to tuck it into that corner. 15-love. Ashley in Canada. And Dave in Austin, Texas. And you are looking live inside a North Carolina home. Middle of nowhere, North Carolina, that is. And we do love it. Djokovic serves into the net. That's it. Love being in the middle of nowhere. Love serve. Up the tee. Albot swats it back. Up the line goes Djokovic. Backhand into the net from Albot. So at 125 minutes on court here, Djokovic 2 points away from finishing the deal. 5 minutes shy of midnight here in New York. Djokovic 30-love. Serves up the tee. Albot's return is short, letting it bounce. And Djokovic made a mess of that. Oh my goodness. Should have put that one away. He's made a mess of that easy one. He let it bounce. And he's put that straight into the net. Smiles after. 30-15. Toss up. Djokovic serves out wide. Albot makes the return short. Djokovic cross-court forehand. Albot on the move. Hooks that up over the top of Djokovic, but it's long. And Novak Djokovic has arrived at 2 match points at 40-15. And what's left of the crowd gets to their feet. Phones are out as ever in this modern day on match point. Get the phones out. Get the video recorder on. Here's Djokovic trying to finish it off. Would be his 78th match win on this Arthur Ashe Stadium, third most all time. Missed the first serve into the net. Second serve out wide. Albot's return was sharp. It was right on Djokovic's shoelaces, and he was unable to get good hold of it. Misplays it, and Albot saves off a match point. It's been a respectable performance from Albot tonight in this huge occasion for him. Djokovic tries again. Serves out wide. This time puts it away. Albot's return lands short of the net, and Novak Djokovic, in just north of 2 hours, moves forward into the second round. Takes care of Radu Albot, two mid-30-year-old veterans meeting for the first time ever. And Djokovic gets it done, 6-2, 6-2, and 6-4. Nothing to hang his head about for Radu Albot, but it's Novak Djokovic moving forward into the second round. He will take on, as mentioned, a fellow Serb in the second round, and that will be a very interesting second round encounter. But it's Novak Djokovic, the number 2 seed, who does indeed move forward as he takes out Radu Albot 6-2, 6-2, 6-4 in 2 hours and 7 minutes. Well, want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you for all the comments. Hope to see you tomorrow night. I'll be on tomorrow night for Alcaraz's match here. That's the first night match on Ash, so hope to see you then. Of course, before then, stay locked in to the channel for wall-to-wall coverage from New York and the U.S. Open. But an absolute pleasure to be with you here tonight. Enjoyed your company as Novak Djokovic takes out Radu Albot in straight sets. So we say goodnight from night 1 at the U.S. Open. We'll see you tomorrow.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.